In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to kill it at the thrift shops.
How to wreck shop.
Now, sporting goods are really good. Number one, what I really liked sporting goods, like I said in the beginning, back in the day, that was sort of my niche. And what I really liked about sporting goods is the fact that they're almost everything that you buy that is a sporting good is pretty much unbreakable. Number one, and number two, a lot of people just don't don't mess with them. You know, they're pretty much leaving them. And anyone who is buying them, they're buying them for for their kids. They're buying them for someone they know that's looking for shoulder pads or maybe a hockey stick or fill in the blank. But they're almost unbreakable. They're really easy to ship. You don't have to worry about anything happening. Basically, you just throw sporting goods in a box and you ship them out. And there's everything from baseball bats to golf clubs to football helmets. And in that particular and on that note, Schutt Air is a really good football helmet. If you see it out there, you definitely want to grab it. And also RESELL makes really good and very expensive football helmets. So keep your eye out for those two particular brands and do a little research in sporting goods. Trust me, you won't be sorry, guys. Also, sporting goods have really, really good resale value. And I think it's because they're made, and obviously it's because they're so tough. And even though, when something starts to get worn, it's definitely not worn out by any means because it's built to last. It's built basically to take a beating and, to keep on ticking. And that's what's good about sporting goods is that even when they're used, they still retain a pretty good resale value. Next section, a lot of people I'm sure tend to overlook, and I've actually talked about this in one of my past videos, is bedding. Bedding is a really good area, blankets, quilts, comforter sets, those type of things. And in those areas, what you basically want to look out for are the brand names, like any clothing maker usually has a bedding line. So there's Tommy Hilfiger bedding, there's Polo, there's Brooks Brothers. I mean, there's Pendleton even makes a bedding line. I mean, the list goes on. There's Chanel, Hermes. Hermes. If you find, obviously you want to grab anything Hermes. But these companies all make really nice bedding, and quilts and sheets and that type of thing. So you want to keep your eye out and don't pass up that section. And also on that note, anything vintage you can find. I used to sell I sold Speed Racer blankets and quilts. I sold Transformers. I sold Star Wars. Coming up, these things were a lot more plentiful than they are now. Obviously the competition levels are higher. There's a lot more shoppers out there. So you're not going to find them, like they used to be, just plentiful. But hey, don't pass up that section because, as you go down and you're hitting each and every section, the odds of you finding a killer, a winner, they go up every time. So make sure you're hitting every section, guys. All right, guys. Now, next, a really good section to not overlook would be books. Books are really easy, but when it comes to books, it is definitely its own niche, and competition is getting higher in books there by the day. But you will need a scanner, an Amazon scanner. And if you want to go into books, I would recommend definitely selling books on Amazon, because Amazon, they were the original sellers. I mean, when Amazon was open, it was a book site. And they still sell tons and tons of books, more books than anyone in the world. So if you want to sell books, definitely I want to recommend Amazon for that. And a great resource for someone who is out there killing it daily is Reezy Resells. Shout out to Reezy. So go over there if you want to learn everything that you need to know about buying and reselling books. DVDs, Blu-rays, and video games. Now, in these particular sections, it's sort of the same thing as the books. I would definitely recommend selling them on Amazon. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm wrong, someone correct me, but I believe that you can also scan DVDs and Blu-rays. There's a scanner app for that. If not, someone let me know. And as obviously, I don't do a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays, video games. Every so often I do. More often than not, if I buy a DVD or a Blu-ray, it's for myself. But it is a great niche to go into. They're very plentiful. You can pick up tons of movies and video games from garage sales as well. But what's really good about movies and and Blu-rays and video games is once a good movie comes out, the price of that movie stays fairly high. It stays fairly consistent across the board. No matter how long time goes by, if it's a good movie, it's gonna sell for, I mean, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is still selling for probably $15 or $12 online used. These Star Wars and the cult classics obviously are selling for a decent amount always. But it's the same thing with and what's also really good is series. you know, all the different series, you know, the HBO series and all the series on Netflix and all these different, you know, series that come on television. If you can find a box set, or if you can find, you know, the ones that are just really popular, you know, those are really good to pick up. You can usually pick them up pretty cheap, and they have a pretty decent resale value. And the main thing is the resale value might not be 5, 10, or 100 times you know, over or 10 times more than what you paid. But the good thing is the work is very, very minimal. There's no cleanup. There's no, you don't even have to take a picture. Basically scan it. All the information goes in there for you, and then bang, you list it. So it's like, you know, to list a DVD can literally take less than 1 minute. So you can do a lot of DVDs and, you know, movies and games in a day when it's only taking you 1 minute per listing. So don't pass up that section, guys. There's money there, the opportunity is there. Okay, guys, a next really good section that many people are just crossing over, passing over, and not paying attention to are toys. You know, kids' toys and, you know, plush toys in particular, you know. I hope you guys excuse the lighting here. I got some terrible lighting going on in here, but I'm just trying to find a new place to sort of set up and make this easier. So I'm set up here in my office, and the lighting is bad. I had the light on here, but it was blaring down, so it looked terrible. This was about the best thing I could get going. So you guys just excuse this lighting situation that I have going on here. But yeah, toys are a great section, you know, coming up in this game. I sold a lot of toys. I actually like selling toys. I like toys. You know, I'd still play with toys if it was socially acceptable for grown-ass men to play with toys, but it's not, so I don't. Unless I do it. I do it in secret. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not a weirdo. I'm not playing with toys in my room in the middle of the night, playing Transformers and G.I. Joes, although it does sound kind of fun. But what you want to keep in mind with selling toys is you're looking for toys that are hot, obviously, and if they're not hot, then you're looking for vintage toys. I mean, that's pretty much the rule of thumb. Board games are really good. They're right there in that same section, and board games are good, and they're great because you can send them into Amazon. You know, it's a really easy way to make money on Amazon is board games. So, and plush toys. Plush toys, I've sold tons and tons of plush toys you wouldn't believe, guys. And they have really, really good resale value. You would really be surprised. I remember one time I picked up the best plush. This was basically the best plush toy score that I've ever had, and it was $200 score on, I think it was $5 or maybe $12. And what I picked up was a huge Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer plush toy, but it was from Build-A-Bear, and it was actually a window display item. And this thing was probably it was about this big. And actually I have a picture of it with my daughter. It was about this big, you know, and it was you know, about this tall. So the thing was huge, and it had a big red nose that looked like it lit up. I can't remember if it lit up or not. I don't think it did. I think it was just sort of a plastic glass looking type nose, but it was really cool. It said Build-A-Bear on it. And like I said, I picked it up for like, I think 10 or 12 bucks, ended up selling it for 200. So that was a really good plush toy score. And besides, I mean, you're not gonna get those every day, but I mean, the right teddy bear can bring you $1,500, guys. So keep your eye out for those plush toys, and don't cross over the toy section so quickly, because, you know, it's not just for kids anymore. Okay, guys, there are a couple more sections that you don't wanna pass up, and I know that you guys are not passing these sections up, and that is number one, the men's clothing section. I'm not even gonna go into it, but obviously there's a lot of money to be made in men's clothing. And if that's something you guys are into, let me know. I'll put out more information on those particular topics, on just men's clothing and how to buy it, how to sell it, how to recognize it, how to spot the good, the bad, and the ugly. But if you wanna know more about men's clothing and getting into it right now, then just go up here and click on this. This should pop up here, but go right here and click on this video, and that will tell you basically the top 10 men's brands clothing to sell on eBay, the best men's clothing brand sellers. Besides, I have tons and tons of other videos on the topic of men's clothing. You want to check those out too. Just go through my videos. I've got tons of videos on that. And obviously the next section would be, and then there's women's clothing, which I don't do, but it's the same deal. There are plenty of people who teach you about that. And then there's men's shoes and women's shoes, which I actually do a little of both, mainly men's. But if you want to know more about buying and selling men's shoes on eBay, then in the description section of this video, as well as almost every other video I upload, there is a link for your free download of your quick start guide to selling men's shoes on eBay. Now in that video, in that ebook, I've also included the top 25 men's brand shoes to look out for to buy and resell on eBay. And like I said, that's down in the description section of this video. And plus I have tons of other videos on selling men's shoes, how to buy men's shoes, which are the top, seller, which ones are the top brands, men's shoes to buy and resell, all that sort of stuff. So just check out my other videos for that. Another section, guys, that you don't want to overlook is the furniture section. Now, there's I guess the main drawback with furniture section is the fact that, furniture is large, and you need a lot of space to put furniture. So if you don't have a lot of room, then, obviously you're going to leave the furniture. But if you do have any amount of space and you find the right pieces, then you can get some really good returns, on furniture. And they're priced, usually they're priced pretty decently. Although many times thrift shops and Goodwills and Salvation Armies, they tend to overprice a lot of their furniture, especially the newer furniture, the more modern things. But a good thing on that note is if you would educate yourself in antiques. I've sold a lot of antiques and they do really well. The only drawback, like I said, is just having a space to keep them. You can sell them on OfferUp, you can sell them on Facebook, you can sell them on Craigslist, you can even sell them on eBay, even though you can't ship them. But antiques go for a lot of money, so it would definitely pay to educate yourself a little bit in that particular area. And it might be something that you go in full time, who knows? You get yourself a storage unit, 100 square feet, 200-300 square feet, and with what you could, the furniture that you can put in there, you sell one piece, that's gonna pay the rent on that place for the next month. Everything else in there is gravy. So, look into the furniture and, see if it's maybe something that clicks with you. If it's not, move on to one of these other sections. But the whole point of this video, guys, is to sort of broaden your horizons, to let you guys know that the thrift shops are full of opportunity. And the opportunity is not just limited to men's clothing or women's clothing or men's shoes or women's shoes. Even though, like we all know, that is 70% of any given resale shop, but all the other items in there, the lesser, more obscure items can also hold really great value. And the good thing is the competition levels aren't there yet. The competition right now is going to be in clothing in general. But that's not to discourage anyone who wants to go into the fashion and the clothing reselling industry. It's very lucrative. It just takes a little more time to break into. It takes a little more time to learn. But, in the meantime, you can make money in all these other sections. Just picking up a little here, a little there, money where you can. If you like this video, guys, make sure that you check out this video here on finding your niche, on basically figuring out what it is that you want to buy and sell. What's the best thing for you to buy and sell? It's more expounding on what I've talked about here. So if you like this video, then check that one out. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, if you want to learn how to work from home and be your own boss. Thanks for tuning in for another video, guys. I appreciate your attention. I hope this video has brought you great, tremendous value. And if it has, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And until my next video, you guys be good. Get out there, crush it on eBay.